On your fast track to 7, voters in the Valley from North Dakota and Minnesota encouraged to head out and vote today if you haven't taken advantage of early voting already.
In the Valley, today's Jillian Trudeau joins us live at one of the polling locations to tell us about some of the big races we're tracking for you today. Good morning, Jillian.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we're outside of Fargo Civic Center here, just one of the 16 polling places that North Dakota voters can go to today for the midterm elections. So what we've been doing is running through some of the candidates that you can see on the ballot throughout the morning this morning. And today I'm just going to go over some big names that North Dakota and Minnesota you can see on the ballot. So in North Dakota, we have the Congress race, and you'll see Kelly Armstrong has been a U.S. rep for North Dakota since 2019, and he is running against Cara Mund. For the North Dakota Senate race, we have Rick Becker and Katrina Christensen running against current Senator John Hoeven. And then over in Minnesota, running in the Minnesota governor's race is the current governor and Lieutenant Governor Tim Walz and Peggy Flanagan, along with the Republican candidate Dr. Scott Jensen and Matt Burke, who were just recently endorsed by former President Trump. And then you'll also see candidates for the U.S. Representative District 7. Those will be Travis Johnson and Jill Abasan. They're both running against Michelle Fischbach in the current U.S. Representative for Minnesota's 7th Congressional District, endorsed by former President Donald Trump, MN Republicans, and pro-life groups. So lots of big names, big races today. Everyone is encouraged to go out and vote. There'll be long lines, so make sure that you're taking advantage of those early morning breaks or your lunch break or just after work. Just get on out and vote. I'm Jillian Trudeau in front of the Fargo Civic Center. Back to you guys in studio.
Yeah, those polls open up in 10 minutes. Jillian, thank you. And don't forget, there is a new tool for Cass County voters. They can check real-time wait times this year on a dashboard. It's at the top of the Cass County elections page.
Yeah, this will help you avoid those long lines, or at least give you an idea of how much time to carve out in order to cast your ballot.
And as we mentioned, polls just about to open in North Dakota. You can vote in person from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. today. And that's the only way you can cast your ballot in that state at this point. The mail-in and the drop-off deadline was yesterday.
But on the Minnesota side, polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. But if you still have your absentee ballot to turn in, you can return it to a secure drop box or inside the elections office until 3 this afternoon. And we have a full day of election coverage planned for you on air and online, but we want to check in with meteorologist Lisa Green because there's a lot going on outside as well. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, we are talking about wind here this morning and more wind to come on our first alert weather days on Thursday and Friday. That wind will be accompanied by the potential for some very heavy snowfall and even maybe some freezing rain leading up to that too. And all of that could cause some big problems for travel here. A winter storm watch has been issued this morning and includes everybody in our viewing area here starting late Wednesday night into Thursday and Friday afternoon. Again, heavy snow. We're looking at blowing snow being a possibility, and some of us may see double-digit snowfall totals. So that would be the first big snow event of the season. We want you to be ready for that. And right now on our radar, we're just checking a few flakes up in the northern part of the valley that have been moving on associated with that system that rolled through yesterday evening and last night. So that is going to kind of quiet down a little bit for now, but we do have some showers that might greet you heading out to the polls today for Election Day. So here's a look at our forecast. We're looking at mostly cloudy to overcast skies. Temperatures that start this morning in the 30s, so a little milder, and then getting into the 40s this afternoon. Windy and cloudy here for it today. Get ready for those gusts to be into the 30s when you step out the door, and showers to the south and east possible. So those of us voting in Minnesota, you might run into a sprinkle or two, not heavy. And then of course, first alert weather days Thursday and Friday to warn you, give you that first alert about this first big winter storm to come. And of course, we'll be tracking that throughout the week and keeping you updated right here and on the VNL weather app too.
All right, great to get prepared for this week and even today as you get ready to head out. Thank you, Lisa. All right, let's take a look at ballot measures both statewide and regionally. Up first, we have North Dakota Measure 1. This is dealing with term limits. Currently, as it stands in North Dakota, the governor and lawmakers each serve 4-year terms with no limit on the number of terms that may be served. So if Measure 1 is passed, this limits the governor to serving 2 terms only, limits state legislatures to serving 8 years in the state house and state senate, and this would only apply to individuals elected after the approval of the amendment. So again, lawmakers and the governor each serve 4-year terms, currently with no limit.
Another hot button topic that we're talking about this morning, legalizing marijuana in North Dakota. Now that's North Dakota Measure 2. If it passed, it would legalize the use and possession of up to 1 ounce for adults 21 and over. Another thing that they need to look forward to is that you would be allowed to grow 3 marijuana plants if this passes as well. It would, however, require the Department of Health and Human Services to establish rules that are regulating adult use of marijuana. Those rules would have to be established by October 1st of 2023. An important note on this isn't the first time North Dakotans have voted on the issue. They rejected a legalization initiative back in 2018. As it stands today, though, 19 states and Washington, D.C. have legalized recreational possession of marijuana. And now we want to take a look, though, at some more local measures that we're talking about in North Dakota and in Minnesota as well.
Yeah, so up first we have West Fargo Measure 1 proposing a 0.5% sales tax increase in the city. This would be exclusively for police and fire department funding, as you can see on the information right here. Diversity is the key word that they are using. So again, this would be for police and fire equipment, building operations, and buildings and operations. You see it right there. And up next, we have a look at the city of Moorhead.
Now, what they are going for is a 0.5% sales tax increase. Now, it would be to fund a new regional library and also include a community center. Now, if that would pass, it would begin April 1st of 2023. That's when it would go into effect. It would take place over a period of 22 years. Now, we do have a proposed rendering of what that would look like if it is passed. Now, again, this is just a rendering of the inside of that conjoined library and community center. Again, it would go into effect April 1st, 2023. It is a 0.5% sales tax increase. It would run for 22 years. Now, there's another measure that we're also looking about when we head to the Northern Valley this morning.
Yeah, we're talking about Grand Forks County specifically. Now, this includes a 0.5% sales tax increase to fund building infrastructure needs and roadways, including a breakdown of those percentages right here. So 60% is going to be going toward Grand Forks County infrastructure, including correctional centers, juvenile centers, and that law enforcement center. The last 40% is going to be split between two things, 20% of funding going toward property tax relief, and the last 20 going toward infrastructure like county roads, bridges, and culverts. So a lot of information that we are throwing at you. Be sure to follow along online as well.
Yeah, and Matt Bus is offering free rides to those polls today. Just tell your driver you're heading to vote or returning from a polling site, and your ride should then be free.
For information on those routes, click on this story on our website, valleynewslive.com. Rides are also free to and from polling sites through Paratransit. And again, don't forget, we have all of this election information and everything you need to know online. Visit valleynewslive.com or on your free VNL News app. Click on our election homepage. New this morning, at least one person now dead after a head-on crash in Cass County, Minnesota. The State Patrol says a car and semi collided yesterday on Highway 64 near Park Rapids.
The person in the car is a 71-year-old woman from Cass Lake. The semi-driver is a 30-year-old from Omaha. Troopers plan to release more information on that crash later this afternoon. Theft is bad enough, but one Minnesota woman is now feeling special heartache after she was burglarized. Someone stole the ashes of her only child from her car while she was in the process of moving to a new home.
Her car was parked in a Minneapolis neighborhood when someone broke in and took everything from inside. Now we're going to be showing you a picture of the box. It's wooden with ducks, bunnies, and the name Sophie D. Brooks. We understand that it is blurry, but those were the details. Police are asking anyone who sees it to contact them right away. A Moorhead man going to prison for more than 12 years for killing a taxi driver. Willie Sparkman Jr. is one of the two people arrested for the shooting death of Abdullahi Mohammed Abdullahi last year. He was robbing the victim for rent money. 19-year-old
Christy Vo is also charged in that case, but has pleaded not guilty. Now she goes to trial in January.
The North Dakota Highway Patrol now identifying the victim of a deadly crash near Edgeley over the weekend as 64-year-old Renee Wool of Cullum. She was in a pickup that was hit by a semi on Highway 281. When high winds and a detached trailer caused that pickup driver to veer into the path of the semi, 69-year-old driver John Wool was seriously injured, but the semi-driver was not hurt. A woman now facing charges after Fargo police say she hit and spit on an officer as they were allegedly trying to help her.
It happened early Sunday morning in the 600 block of 21st Street South. Police say 35-year-old Alyssa Koval appeared to be on drugs and they were trying to help her. That's when she spit on an officer and hit him in the face. She was busted for assault and contact with bodily fluids.
All right, everybody, listen to this. Talk about suspense, our billion-dollar dreams. A little crush this morning. That's
Just a little.
The drawing for one of the largest Powerball jackpots is in limbo, all because of technical difficulties. The Multi-State Lottery Association released a statement late last night saying the drawing would not be happening during its regular time, so everybody who waited up late, ugh. It was due to the lottery needing extra time to complete required security protocols.
You know what? At least they're going to do it right. If we all bought these tickets, the association says the drawing will not be done until all game procedures have been successfully completed by all 48 lotteries. Now, winning numbers will be posted on the Powerball website and the YouTube channel. Now, this is not the first time, though, the drawing has been delayed. On October 19th, the drawing for $508 million was met with an hour delay due to a technical problem. We're unsure, though, when those new numbers will be drawn.
Okay, well, we'll be waiting on the edge of our seat, or at least I will. I know that for sure.
Yeah, we will be, and we'll be waiting later today for those election results. So stay with us right here on Valley News Live throughout the day as we cover that.
Got you covered on air, online, and even on your smart television. Happy Election Day, everybody.